Hey y'all, this week's episode of The Read is brought to you by Allbirds. Allbirds are the perfect shoes to express your personal style to the fullest. There are no logos to distract from the rest of your look. Their simplicity stands out in such a good way. It's just clean lines and subtle detailing to create an overall visually appealing look, and they have a great range of colors that can follow however you're feeling. You can choose from a variety of silhouettes as well to match your style in any situation. To get started, go to allbirds.com. Allbirds are the perfect shoes for any style, so again, check them out at allbirds.com. Get you a pair. Now let's start the show.
Hey, how you doing, little mama? Can I whisper in your ear? Tell you something that you might like to hear. Got a sexy ass body and your ass looks soft. Can I touch him, see him for soft? No, I'm just playing, let's say I can. Know to be a real nasty man. And I don't mind that. So, hey, you heard what I said. You can make it way to the bed. You can start using your head.
What about good and bad hair?
Whether you're dark or you're fair, gonna say, see if I can.
Wow, you are a whole ass fool, friend.
Welcome back to the show, guys. I'm a chicken sandwich.
And I am... The internet has been intact.
I'm so tired. I don't even... Why are we doing this?
Oh, man. And I am Electra.
Abundance?
Yeah, that's right. Did you watch the season finale of Pose?
I'm behind.
Okay, well, then we'll...
Yep, enough
not,
of that.
Yeah, okay.
Pose is a great show.
Yep, great.
Congrats. Welcome back to the show, everyone. This is Reed. Let's start the show with our black accents already. For clarity.
Mm-hmm.
I've had 1, 2, 3 shots.
You did?
You've had lean.
I feel like not really, but like lean ingredients. Like definitely. I mean, but that's because this cough will not die. And
actual coughing illness.
And I did not read. Right. Yes. I have a prescription in my name that a real doctor with a real license gave me, and, did not mix it with other things in order to create a cocktail.
So the lean episode.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because we both lean in just in different directions.
So black accents this week, I'm going to give to 2 recording artists. First of all, Big Shawn has opened up a $100,000 production studio at a Boys and Girls Club in Detroit.
Hey, that's great.
I wish I could say this name. Dick and Sandy, D-A-U-C-H. How do you think you say that? Douch.
D-A-U-C-H?
Yeah.
Probably Dosh. Maybe Doki even.
Someone from Detroit will tell us.
Douche. Yeah,
but that's where the production studio is. This is an effort through Big Sean's nonprofit, the Shawn Anderson Foundation.
Cool.
And this recording studio will not only, it's a production studio, so they're going to have live performances there, movie nights, classes on things like screenwriting. There's editing base for video. There's audio mixing consoles in there. And apparently this particular Boys and Girls Club is also working to transform the place altogether with gaming coming, electronic gaming centers, and other amenities that are going to be sponsored by Comcast, NBC Universal, Detroit Red Wings.
Oh, wow. So this is a huge thing.
Is that a baseball team?
The Detroit, either baseball or hockey. We really believe in Google. We really do.
Ice hockey.
She's a great...
You know what? I would have never guessed hockey.
Red Wings just sounds like a hockey team name.
Does it?
It does.
Okay.
It
Fair
does.
enough.
To me, I don't know why, but it does.
Well, I just wanted to shout out Big Shawn for doing dope things in his neighborhood.
Yeah, that is really great.
And I'm all for kids having cool, state-of-the-art things and places to go and be a part of in their youth.
Yeah, definitely. And if you get to that place where you have all this damn money, why would you not want to go back and help the kids who were the kids you were,
I saw something today. Where was I reading this? I saw the dumbest, nastiest, most negative comment about somebody giving back today. And I wish I could remember where it was from. But it was somebody was doing a giveaway or something. Maybe it was Cardi.
Oh, Cardi's friend. They were supposed to, and yeah.
Something about them doing. I saw a comment from somebody today, like negative about them, like using the community's own money to then give them stuff or whatever like that. And I'm like,
what?
I don't remember where I saw it, but it was just like y'all really log on and just say stupid shit.
Wow.
Just because what your heart is dark. Like my heart is freezing cold too. And I be minding my business.
And
like,
when it comes to these kids, like let's get shit done like on behalf of the kids. Like
as opposed to the people who we spend money on that just keep it. Like what are you I don't Anyway, yes. Shout out to people who can and are.
Right.
And I also wanted to give my own personal Black excellence shout out to Normani because I don't know if you girls.
Yeah, that was a delight, wasn't it?
I don't remember exactly what I saw during the Fifth Harmony era. Maybe it was a live performance. Maybe it was a music video. Mm-hmm. There was a moment where I caught a glimpse of this chocolate sister and I was like, there's something in there.
Yep. I mean, and it was made all the more evident because she was up there with no shade, whoever them other four are. So she just like instantly stood out. Obviously not just because she's the Black one. It's like, but this girl is clearly more talented than the rest of you. And so, but we said this when they broke up and that one left who does the Skechers commercials. And
does she do Skechers? I don't know.
And we were like, no, the Black one, she's coming one day and you bitches won't be ready. And that day was when this video came
I feel like
out.
There's another Black one in the group. Or maybe a mixed girl.
Oh, well, listen.
I sincerely don't know who the
Don't give me the lion. Do not give me the lion. I don't know.
I know the one that left that they threw off the stage in that one performance that they did afterwards.
That is 3LW.
No,
and that
bitch.
happened in a KFC.
Are you fucking shitting me right now?
Are you shitting me?
No, bitch. I'm talking about when Fifth Harmony had that performance at that one award show and they had that girl up on the stage that was like acting as a stand-in for the sister that left. And then remember they threw her, like she fell. Girl, so I have to look it up. Okay. So I have to go on YouTube.
Sounds like something that happened on the VMAs.
Bitch, we have referenced this before. No, I don't think it was even the VMAs. We've referenced this before on the show before.
I mean,
Fifth Harmony.
But like, you forgot. I'm on
performance. Yeah, you're on leave.
On my. I really understand it now. Like
Shade Camilla.
The rappers are on to something.
Oh my God, maybe it was the VMAs. Fifth Harmony Shades Camilla during 2017 MTV VMAs performance.
Wow.
But this isn't going to play the performance, so I don't know if this is it or not. All I know is they were on stage, and then there was one girl who was like in the shadows in the middle. This is like right after Home Slice left. And then she just like fell backwards off the stage, and then the four of them performed. Anyway, so off topic.
Okay.
Anyhow, Miss Normani has a new song and video out, Motivation. It's a sort of tribute to the early 2000s and 106 in Park and Beyonce and J-Lo and other references that I caught in the video. Wow. Effort. You know, like a little bit of that goes a long way. I need to know, did you watch the video?
Yeah, I did.
I need to know if that bitch really bounced that basketball off of her thigh, then ass.
That's what I saw. And not only did she do it, but she did it perfectly in that one take. That's just what I read.
I don't have anything.
Right, exactly.
Like,
if you haven't seen that moment, go watch it and then be like, how in the fuck?
I'm just so happy to see somebody out here, try. Like
one of the young girls
being
like, putting in a little effort.
Why don't I give the girls a show?
Yeah.
It's called show business after all.
I mean, and she really can dance, like, and you can tell that she loves it and she's like into it and having so much fun. Look, she looked like she had a ball on set for that entire fucking video. But it's also just like it comes through in the performance. It looks really good. It gets other people into it. So shout out to her team and everybody who put together the stuff for this video because it's just great. It is really great.
Just step into us. Young lady, I'm here. Wow.
We said this when the group broke up, though. We were like, the Black one, though. Keep your eyes on her.
I'm
She'll
telling
be
you,
back.
there was a moment where they were all five together. Maybe it was their second album or whatever, because I honestly don't even remember where Fifth Harmony came from. X Factor, Got Talent. I don't remember. One of the Z Showdown. I didn't make that one up.
Please.
I don't know. Like, so I know that there was that, and I was just like, oh, I think this is for like maybe a generation or two behind me.
Mm-hmm.
But they had a song or video once, and I saw her, and I was like, she's the one. She's hitting those counts just a taste harder than the other girls.
Yeah.
I can see the passion in her eyes. Like, there's just something about her. And I've been waiting for this day, and boy, did she not let me down.
She really didn't.
Well, welcome.
Yes, and, continued wishes of success for you, young lady. I only ever saw her performing at like award shows and stuff. And so that's when I was always like, if I was one of these white girls, I would not want to be the one next to the black one, because y'all are going to look so much worse than you already do next to her. Damn.
Well, now we move on to our pop culture segment. I mean, we kind of been in that already if you think about it. But regardless, this is a segment of the show that's called Hot Tops.
Oh my God. All of that was Black excellence.
Yeah.
I totally forgot. I thought we were already onto the topics. Wow, I am fucked up, man.
Hot Tops, 10 things I hate about bottoming. New novel by Kid Fury, out in the spring of 2020.
Oh boy.
So speaking of bottoming, Lil Nas X is no longer number one.
What? Damn.
19 weeks. He was reigning supreme, the king of Gymboree. But now
there's a new girl in town.
There is a new number one on the Billboard Hot 100, and that is young Billie Eilish with Bad Guy.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny because it's not even a new song. It's like, I feel like Bad Guy, the Billies, maybe they're the Jeans. I don't know what Billie Eilish stands are called.
I don't have no idea I barely know who this person is.
The Shadows.
I haven't heard any of her music, so
I love her.
Everybody does. I just haven't heard it yet.
I like her.
Good. That's great.
Yeah. So Billie Eilish is the new number one, followed by oh, look at that, Shawn Mendes and Camilla. I don't know how to say her last name. Is it Cabello or is it how you pronounce?
I feel like we've had this conversation before, right? As like I think it's Camilla Cabello, but it's probably an interviewer or something. Okay.
Senorita, number 2. And then Lil Nas X is now number 3. Followed by Truth Hurts by Lizzo.
That's what I'm saying. Another song that is not brand new and is right there in like the top 5. That's wild.
Streaming. I don't know. Like, this stuff works differently these days. Talk by Khalid, which I just heard yesterday. No Guidance by Chris Brown, featuring Drake, is number 6. Ed Sheeran and Justin Bieber have a song together. It's number 7. It's called I Don't Care.
Who
I
do?
Agree.
Justin Timberlake and Bieber?
Justin Bieber and Ed Sheeran
have
a song together. It is number 7 and it's called
no.
I Don't Care. And that's how I feel about it. Then there's someone named Lil Tecca. Oh no, I've heard of this person, or at least I'm familiar with this cover.
God damn. I am so disconnected from white people. I didn't even know that song was a thing. Like, it really just blew my mind.
Like, I'm only reading these because I want to see how many of these I've actually heard of. It's fun to go through the Hot 100 now. I like to count to maybe about 20 and see how many I've actually heard of or listened to.
Okay. Lil Tecca is 16 years old.
I'm not shocked. Billie Eilish is like 17.
Born in Queens.
Most of the top 10 these days are like, fresh out of homeroom. Number 9 is Post Malone featuring Young Thug, Goodbyes, and that's what I say to it. Number 10 is Shawn Mendes again, If I Can't Have You.
Who the fuck is Shawn Mendes?
Shawn Mendes is that little white boy who tells us twice a year that he's not gay, and like all of the...
Oh, on Twitter. Yeah. Okay.
And then Hot Girl Summer is number 11. Young Megan Thee Stallion featuring Nicki Minaj.
Good for Megan.
Jonas Brothers, Drake, Louis Capaldi, DaBaby, Blanco Brown.
Okay.
Social House.
What's going on here?
Okay. Well, Girls, if you wanted to know what was going on the charts.
I was going to say, do we really just run down the chart?
Yeah, I just really I was curious to see how many of
those
these
names,
I've actually heard of.
Mm-mm.
And then the ones I have heard of, the songs. Like, have I actually listened to the songs? And out of the names that are in the songs I just rounded off, 4, 5 possibly,
right?
Maybe 6.
And I'm fine with being, distant from whatever is popular right now. I don't have to be in the know no more.
So good, so good, so good.
But I will listen to this Billie Eilish. Is Eilish, right?
Yeah, I feel like you're not gonna like her because I know you.
Okay, well, damn.
But
all right.
I find her to be very talented, and her visuals are always top notch, and I think that she's super cool.
Okay. I will try.
Shout out to all of the eyelashes or whatever. I don't know. You tell me what
that's a cute stand name. It probably is eyelash.
I like it.
That's adorable.
You guys should call yourselves that if that's not what you are already called. Moving on. You know what? I meant to preface the hot tops this week with information or my own personal feelings, which was that, bitch, bottom of the barrel. Like, I scraped it this week, honey. Because, like, bitch, when I talk about slow news, and like every week could be a slow news for us because everybody knows that we approach this with
simply
bare
don't care
minimum fucks. like bitch, like
all the ones that it takes to bring my ass into the
And I
studio.
used to be like somewhat anxious about, how little we care about this.
No, that's the tequila.
Because I thought that it was like a problem. Like I thought it was like, oh my God, people must be so irked by us not giving a fuck about this. And someone recently,
oh my God,
maybe it was maybe it was one of these producers or somebody recently described our indifference with these topics as a positive thing. So, like, I'm taking that shit and running with it. Like, I don't give a fuck no more. Because, come on.
Right. We just really are not that invested in.
These are people.
Right. Right.
Some of them are just way more talented than us. But they're just human. So.
Just, a lot of followers on Instagram.
That's just, anyways.
You're such a fucking mess.
I'm just saying, like, girl, I tried. The Rock is married.
That's nice.
He and his white woman,
nope.
I don't want to be. He married his longtime girlfriend of over 10 years, maybe about 13, 12 years.
Yeah.
Her name is Lauren. This seems like a Kardashian last name.
Right? I was thinking Hashian.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Hashian. I don't know how you say it, but she's beautiful. They have 2 kids together.
And her father was Armenian, so it probably is a Kardashian.
Oh, maybe look at me.
Yep. And I learned all that in 15 seconds on Google. It's right there.
All you have to do
is
give
click.
her a chance.
She's
come right
there every time.
Anyways, they had like a little private, cute, intimate marriage moment. The Rock posted his photographs of them together on the sunset and things like that with her veil gracefully blowing in the wind as they kiss, and they're all white. Niggas love all white, so maybe you guys will appreciate that portion of everything. And some nice Hawaiian words here in the caption. August 18th, 2019. Congratulations to The Rock, who is also the highest paid actor of 2019, according to Forbes.
Wow.
At the moment.
Oh, yeah, because that man is in everything, and all his movies kill.
All the things.
They all kill.
And I keep forgetting because I don't watch it, except for the promotions before or after Insecure. But he's on Ballers.
Yeah, he is. Which is not a show that I was able to get into, but
I heard good things about it. I think it's going into the 5th season soon, and he gets paid apparently $700,000 an episode.
Holy shit. The wealth.
It says here, according to Forbes, that Dwayne Johnson, as the websites call him now. Very little The Rock. I think the girls are moving on.
Okay.
Maybe his people sent out a private press release publications like, we're sick of this Rock shit.
Those wrestling days, that fake ass WWE shit is over.
He's above that now. It's above him.
He is fucking rich though, ain't he? God damn.
89.4 million.
Woo!
as of June 1st of this year, and June 1st of last year. It's so crazy to me that we get to just know how much money people have because they're famous.
Right.
So that nigga's rich. I know that Tyrese had posted a very gloating Instagram caption the other day because, according to him, Hobbs and Shaw, you remember that Fast and the Furious spinoff that Tyrese lost his
Oh, yes, because he was mad because they pushed back production on Fast and Furious, right? Right.
Well, he was mad because The Rock agreed to do a Fast and the Furious spinoff. And apparently, the Fast and the Furious cast is a family.
Oh, right.
And
yes, I do remember that.
Paul Walker wanted 10 films. That was his desire, as well as no spinoffs. And so Tyrese, seriously.
Are you serious?
I'm not joking. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Tyrese felt very passionate about the fact that The Rock agreed to do a spinoff because he felt like it was anti Fast and Family. We talked about this. This was like a 4-episode read arc.
Yeah, I think
with Tyrese.
This is bringing it's coming back to me slowly but surely. I just don't. I mean, first of all, I don't think y'all are family just because y'all are all on a movie set.
Well,
together.
damn sure not The Rock, because The Rock came in on Fast in 6 or 7.
See, if I wasn't even one of the original Fast and Furious niggas, then girl, don't talk to me.
But they feel very, personal about it because they lost their brother.
And so you know what? Y'all agreed to not do no spinoffs. Me, The Rock, I did not agree to that. So I'm gonna be over here with my money.
Like, big picture, sis. And I know we're going way back into Tyrese.
That's fine.
Into Jodie's past. And we said that we would stop, but it's not. Okay. I feel like I put him on the Stick Shut-In list around that time.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the studio. Like, you were talking about these same niggas who've been making this movie with y'all.
Yeah.
Who were like, you know what we like? More than that person that you're mourning?
Right. Money.
That doesn't have anything to do with the Rock.
Right. It has everything to do with rich people wanting to be even richer, sir. So I know you're upset because y'all won't be taping another Fast and Furious for a while because he got to go do this other movie, but you're going to have to pack it in and leave it. I remember that.
Yes.
Like, girl, and I know you don't think.
That's why everybody that was part of the Fast family, for the most part, was on Tyrese's side, but in private. Everybody was texting him, and then he would Tyrese would post the text.
Oh, so okay.
But everybody was like, okay, I'm not going to embarrass myself as well, but I feel where you coming from, friend, and I hope that somebody helps you.
Don't know why you said that out loud in public, but secretly behind closed doors, I agree with you.
Yeah. Anyway, Tyrese posted some shady shit when that Hobbs and Shaw movie came out. But Hobbs and Shaw has been doing quite decently, actually, and
of course it has.
I mean, The Rock could have cheese, bacon, whatever on his burger, and his great grandkids' burger for everybody's life.
Right. Honestly, until forever, because I just saw on Wikipedia his films have grossed over $10 billion worldwide. That is such a ridiculous amount of money.
I mean,
woo, yeah.
I saw I think Robert Downey Jr. was right behind him on the list. No, it was Chris Hemsworth that was right behind him on the list. And then I think Robert Downey Jr. And then Akshay Kumar, Jahi Chan is right on there. Represent, because these bitches don't need you, US hoes. Will Smith was on the list and a whole bunch of other people that you'd probably guess because they're in everything all of the time.
Right, of course.
So K Michelle says she's coming out with a new show.
All right. Can we just
She told her Instagram followers in a blue bikini that she's going to be coming out with a new show where she'll be helping women remove their silicone butt implants.
Shut the fuck up.
And go on a journey back and, to the return of the body that God gave them.
Be serious and tell me the real premise of the show. Because I know that's not it.
That's it.
We're going to watch these girls get their asses cracked open and whatever's inside removed.
I don't know how deep they're going to go in.
Oh my God.
These. I don't know.
Okay.
And honestly, I don't expect this to actually come out. But this is what she says she's going to be doing. She showed off, her bikini. And I think that she said that she's going in to do some more reconstructive procedures before she goes on tour or something. She's got a dent in the one side of her leg or something like that. So I think that she's going to finish up these procedures. And then she says, Eve, here in the caption, new TV show alert with Jesse Collins Entertainment, which I looked at. Jesse Collins Entertainment is behind things like American Soul. They just seem to do a lot of live stuff, like the BET Awards, I guess they've produced.
Oh, okay.
Black Girls Rock, Soul Train Awards. They do hip hop squares. They did the Bobby Brown story and the New Edition story, as well as some other stuff. So
this is coming to BET Plus.
It seems like BET would be where it's going to be.
Yeah, and it's probably going to be,
because this is a lot of BET stuff.
I wouldn't be surprised at all if it's going to be on their new streaming platform.
That's right. They are coming out with a streaming platform.
Yeah, I would not be surprised at all.
I mean, done well, this could be, interesting to watch. I would give a thumbs up to this premise before I give a thumbs up to anything else that K. Michelle is doing. Only because this is like real stuff that is affecting a lot of people, and this pressure to look like people that don't look like that anyway. You know what I mean? Like this pressure to have the body of whatever random unicorn that you done seen on Instagram because of like niggas who are gonna disrespect you anyway. I just feel like done right, this could be good. But
K. Michelle, so
right. But here we go. Go ahead. Yeah.
See, this is where this is where it's not connecting.
Yeah.
So the premise of this show is that we're gonna be teaching these people, probably women, that you don't need to subscribe to beauty standards and all this other shit. But the only reason K. Michelle had hers removed is because they were starting to attack her. So is it like you weren't even? She didn't even. It wasn't even like she woke up one day and was like, "Wow, I've been putting myself through all this stupid beauty shit, like for no good reason. I'm gonna get rid of these ass implants and go live my life." It was like when it started fucking with my health, that's when I had to do something about it.
I mean, well, yeah, and it's possible that was the wake up that she needed to be like, "What the fuck am I doing, and why did I do this in the first place?" Like, I totally hear what the fuck you say.
I mean, when you bring reality TV into it, my first mind goes to exploitation.
Like, I would be shooting for a docuseries.
Yeah. And
a docuseries vibe. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If this is a reality show,
right.
If you're going to do this the same way that you have done everything else you've appeared on pretty much in TV,
growing up hip-hop,
then God bless you.
Then no, that would be a fucking mess.
I'm saying it has the possibility.
It does. It has the ability.
It has the ability to be something
useful,
impactful, and useful. But I'm not going to hold my breath.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
It's like, this could be really good for, young people coming up, and hell, older people too. But it's like, but if I take all these things I know about this project and put them in this one hand, fuckery is what comes out.
Growing up with South Beach 15, 20 minutes away from my house, I have seen so many people trying to chase this body image that is like...
Yeah.
For what? So these niggas spend a couple of bands on you and disrespect you anyway and cheat on you anyway and still not take care of their baby?
Right. You have to remind yourself, like, women or people, whoever, like, you can get cheated on, disrespected, no matter what you look like, whether you think that's the ideal or not. And so, like, changing yourself and making everything in your life and your schedule be about, like, being appealing to these niggas is crazy. Because these niggas will fuck anything. Niggas will fuck a fucking paper bag. Like, it do not matter. Come on, sis.
Speaking of reality TV, again, the bottom. I'm talking about, like, girl. So, Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop is coming back with a new season.
Oh, no.
Apparently, they had to shut down production because Hazel Lee and Shonda Denise, or is it like Deniche?
I don't know.
It looks like a Nietzsche, but with a D. Anyway.
Okay, Marriage Boot Camp, not Growing Up Hip Hop. Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop.
Okay, Marriage Boot Camp. I promise you that I feel
like you're making so much sense.
Marriage Boot Camp is the one where Soulja Boy almost got jumped by Jessica
yes,
Dime
and her man. Yes, that was okay. I'm back.
Which, honestly, in retrospect, like, top 5 reality TV moments, possibly.
Yeah, it was great.
Because I fully believe that Jessica Dime would have held her arm out in front of her man like, I got this, and beat Soulja Boy's ass dolo.
I mean, because everything about the way she was talking, the way she was standing, let me know. Like, if it came to it, she could easily knock this
Snap him
nigga. Like, he
up.
is nothing to her. Like, sir, if you don't sit your timid ass down, quit acting like you gonna fight somebody over here.
Me and Riley could probably beat Soulja Boy.
Oh, man. Okay. They're not coming back, though, right? It's like a new couple.
Yeah, it's going to be whole new niggas they're going to exploit, including Hazel-E, who apparently has a man. I mean, well, Hazel-E hires people.
Hazel-E is not hip. What is hip-hop about Hazel-E?
Louis Prada Gucci. Oh, no, that was Carly Red. Hazel-E has tried to rap. She's pretending to be a rapper.
Right,
That's been a storyline.
Sure, fine.
Matter of fact, Hazel-E has videos. What is that one Hazel-E not only has music videos, I'm almost certain that I'm not making it up that Hazel-E has a music video with Megan Good in it.
What?
Child, Megan Good is out here being nice to everybody.
I'm really confused by this. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm pretty sure this is it. Valley Girl. Please, somebody is in this video.
Why would Megan do that? Are they friends?
Megan was just not. Yeah, bitch. Look, I knew I wasn't making this up. Hazel-E, Valley Girl, from 2012, currently on YouTube with 99,000 views.
Okay.
Here she is. Oh. With Megan Good in the bed with her. That pastor's husband. I mean, that pastor's wife. And
that face has taken a beating since then.
Megan Good also has been photographed wearing a leash with Khloe Kardashian on the other end of it.
What?
You didn't see that picture of Khloe Kardashian where she was dressed like a pimp and she had the ATL twins and Megan Good on that leash? Oh my God,
that was Megan Good in that picture. I thought it was just them.
I know she wants everybody to burn those pictures.
No, the internet is forever, sis. But
so Hazel-E and Willie from Day 26's girlfriend got into a physical altercation on the set of Marriage Boot Camp because apparently the girl Shonda, Willie's lady, who they also appeared on Love and Hip Hop. I don't know if you'll remember. I vaguely remember them being on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, and she was like the girlfriend to Willie from Day 26, and she used to be a stripper, and then she like went back dancing.
Oh, she did,
and didn't tell him or something like that.
Okay, yes, yes.
I feel like they were on like half a season of Hollywood.
Okay.
Anyway, so she apparently went to Hazel-E and confronted her about the colorist comments that Hazel-E infamously made.
Oh, right.
About dark-skinned people. You will remember.
I do.
The episode of Beyond
classic television.
Another classic, important piece of television.
Yes, from Vincent.
Pop my butt.
Pop my butt.
What a hack. So they got into a physical fight based on whatever them tweets or whatever the fuck it was, that dumb shit that Hazel-E was talking about. And apparently the niggas also got involved in a fight based on this, and they had to shut down production.
Of course they did.
Because of this. So I say that to say that maybe you have WeTV or whatever this shit comes on, and maybe you're down to watch the next season of this, because surely they will be coming out with a trailer soon.
Oh, you know they will.
Packed full of jump cuts and fades to black and all kinds of ominous music or whatever the fuck, and I'll be waiting to see it on Instagram.
Yeah, I want to know who threw the first punch.
Likely the girl Shonda, because who doesn't want to hit Hazel-E? Hazel-E literally, like, my word, does she look like a Jim Henson creation. She looks like she sure does. Someone just peeled the felt off of her body, and this is all that's left.
I feel for her, because after I saw her and her mama on TV at the same time, I was like, so many things about this girl click now. Like,
well, her mama's not as unattractive as she is.
Okay, well... God damn it.
I mean, ignorance, surely. You know, at fault, probably. But
yeah, Hazel-E, I mean, she's like such a wretched person that I don't really want to be on her looks like that, but she's not easy to look at all.
I mean, I know that it's not particularly PC to make fun of anybody's looks these days.
What? Okay. I mean, yeah, no, I guess that's true. But
when you would take your ass down to Foot Locker and you put your foot in that horn, and they would like, and she go feet.
Don't do this.
She looks like a shoehorn.
Okay. All right. You know what I was thinking of? Well, hold on. No, I forgot it.
Say it.
No, I literally forgot it. I hate this cough syrup.
She looks like that one melon that Rose had carved open in that episode of The Golden Girls. Let me tell you something. I have a Golden Girls reference for any day of the week.
You do. And I be watching every time I scroll through cable and I see Golden Girls on. I'm like, well, bitch, let's just park it right here.
I have to I'm trying to get myself to start watching other things at night so that I can. Have you ever watched something so much that when you watch it again, it's like, this isn't as fun because I know what they're going to say before they say it.
Yeah.
And I've seen this so many times. So you kind of want to take a break so that when you watch it again, it's like, oh, I remember that joke.
Yes.
Like, I have watched every fucking episode of The Golden Girls every night of my life for like the past decade.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find something else to watch at night so that I can be made new and get back. Anyways, Hazley is ugly and she apparently got beat up. Moving on. Woo! Jamie Foxx and Katie Holmes.
Oh my gosh.
The relationship I always wondered about is apparently over. It has been over for quite some time.
Well, I mean, they never really talked to us about it either, so.
Which goals? You know?
Right.
Like,
I'll be out here blatantly in public with somebody and not.
in Publix? Are you getting a sub or are you getting some chicken? In Publix?
Public somebody and not tell y'all shit about that nigga. What? How is this a legal
niggas
substance?
Drink this every day. Like, I want you to think about what you're going through right now on purpose. Niggas that have things to do.
You cannot have things to do and be on this shit. I am gone.
Recreationally.
Oh my God. And drink it all day. Oh my God.
With Sprite and Jolly Ranchers.
Oh my God. What this shit is, I'm in 3 different places right now.
Katie Holmes and Jamie Foxx have broken up. I'm really sideways when it comes to sources and insiders and all of that stuff because my word, what does that even mean? But people are saying, well, at least Us Weekly claims, and an insider said of Jamie, it has been many years of him stepping out with other women. He's disrespectful.
Oh.
And their lives were different. His partying ways don't fit with hers. And she's focused on raising her daughter and working. Now, all of this is after Jamie had apparently been spotted publicly out on what looked to be dates with other women.
Oh, yeah.
Selah
Vave.
Yeah, so now they're saying that this girl is his girlfriend or whatever, which I'm not sure I believe. I wouldn't be surprised if he's, taking that down. But she's
21 years old, so I really hope
and
not.
he's 51.
Oh, see, no. That is disgusting.
Jamie looks fantastic.
He does, but when I saw this photo, at first I thought, oh, is that some daughter of his I don't know about? Because that's what she looks like next to him.
Could be.
No, well, I'm glad they say that they're not actually involved at all.
Well, no, the rumor is that they're dating, but
right.
I doubt that that's his girlfriend the way that they're trying to frame it, because she's apparently a model and is trying to enter the music industry as a singer. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows Jamie Foxx sings, produced, and all of that stuff.
Yeah, oh, that's true.
And he's apparently been mentoring artists, this girl included, and another rapper and stuff like that. So it sounds to me more like this is, some girl that he's working with and possibly also smashing. But I doubt that this is a girlfriend or has anything the fuck to do with Katie Holmes. It sounds like Katie Holmes and Jamie Foxx been broken up since the top of summer or something, some shit like that. And they've been having their own Megan Thee Stallion journeys separately.
It's probably not even a real insider. It's probably Katie told her publicist, take this down.
Yeah, just
email it to somebody.
Absolutely. Yeah. I could totally see that shit too.
Celebs leak their own shit all the time.
That's true. That's why you can, a lot of this shit is grain of salt, hence why we be whatever with this stuff. Do you see what I'm saying? There's only so much ooh, girl, did you hear about the scandal? We know that 75, 80, 90% of this shit is bullshit anyway.
Exactly.
Anyways, so yeah, Jamie Foxx has been out here partying, blaming it on the alcohol, and getting his life with young girls. I really, not even from a judgmental place, want to speak to some of these niggas who are 40, 50 plus dating 20-year-olds.
Oh, no, that's not dating.
Just to, and even, any of the cougars, just to be like, what's that like? I'm not even judging you. Like, I really want to know how that.
I mean, I cannot begin to imagine because the thought of a 21-year-old now makes me sick. So I just really don't get what that is about men. And I stopped trying a long time ago to understand what it is men are doing.
Like, as I've said, it's not even that I have anything against young. Like, I pray to be 45, 50 years old and just have a nice place by the water with nothing but 25-year-old muscle trade running around butt naked and making me drinks. And that's just, on Instagram
honestly,
or whatever.
I see a big
VR.
difference between 25, 21, and 18. I feel like those three ages, I know legally they mean something as far as 18 and 21 are concerned.
Sure.
But I think at 25, you have a level of sense that you don't have at 21.
From my own experience, and I've said it before, 25, 26 was definitely the beginning of me moving into a different era. Prior to that, I was just, I had early 20s and all that is when you're willing, like, where is after hours? Like, I'm ready
down.
for after hours.
Right.
I could be up all night. I don't give a fuck
free.
about this.
I can do whatever I want to.
Now it's 9 o'clock and you're wondering whether you're willing to go out at all. Right. Like, motherfuckers are like,
no, I'm actually at home.
I'm gonna meet you there at 10. Like, ooh. Ashley, Murder She Wrote is on, and like, my back hurt.
About 10 o'clock, not gonna make it.
And we're talking about like Friday.
Right. So I don't have no problem with, a 51-year-old man having even 25-year-old girls, like your little situation that you just described. If you was 50 and wanted a bunch of 25-year-old niggas all oiled up and stuff to like
just
feed
run around
you
and be fine.
And play Trina for you or whatever.
Just
right.
be butt naked and fine.
I just feel like 25-year-olds are a little more capable of making that decision out of like knowing that it's fun or something they want to do, or, I just feel like they have a greater level of understanding about life and
possibly,
than a 21. Like 21 just sounds to me like,
and to me,
like a baby, really.
Again, it's not even like I'm coming from how could you, like a negative place. I'm just genuinely curious as to what that experience is like. Are you not constantly reminded that this person is super young? Like, are you not?
He has to be. She's younger than his oldest daughter.
I just want to know what the vibe gives. Do they make you feel young? Do they make you feel like, I'm just curious. That's it. I'm not trying to be like judgmental. I just want to know.
Yeah, no,
because there are so many celebrities, especially, and rich motherfuckers who just have much younger, like, dating folk.
Right. Well, that's because they can. That's because, these young pretty girls want to be on a rich man's arm. They want to be, and they don't give a damn how old you are. Not saying this is the Jamie Foxx
38-year-olds. 40-year-olds.
And you know who that's Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, he is around that same age, maybe early 40s now, and he's constantly seen with a younger girl, like 20-something years younger. It's like almost like a trophy for them.
Maybe it's because people at that age like know where the fun is. I don't know.
You really want to make this about niggas not being shit when I think
I'm really not trying to make it about that.
I know. You're really trying to like make it be not that, but I think it is that. Because
I'm just saying, like, even like the few guys that I have gone on dates with and stuff that have been in their early 20s at like the age range I've been at, it's not that I've had a negative experience. There's just been things that have been constant reminders of like, oh, you're younger than me. Like, you're way younger than me.
Right.
And I'm talking about maybe an 8 or 9, 10-year difference.
Oh, that's huge.
So when we're talking about 30,
yeah.
I'm just curious how that looks. I'm not saying that you ain't shit. Some of y'all really ain't. But I'm just curious, what's it like?
I think you just have to think about niggas and how they make all their decisions with their dicks.
But again, I'm spiritually like 65 right now. So maybe.
All right. No, you're not. You're not.
I feel like my soul is very elderly.
Well, and it's been here before as well.
And my knees.
If I had
my
Megan's
digestive
needs,
system.
It's that gluten sensitivity shit, right?
Yeah.
That you have. Yeah, damn. I remember when you found that out, we were all sad for you, my nigga.
That's not even just gluten. It's just like all together stuff.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like the no wheat thing.
Yeah, like I don't eat weed and I don't eat dairy and like honestly like anything that is like obviously garbage
Yeah.
or probably would like upset your stomach anyway. It's like you may be able to take a tablet or maybe a little bit of some, you know, pink stuff
Yeah.
and be all right. I'm going to be in the fetal position for a week.
Okay.
So I just don't
It's just
even
not
do
worth it.
It's just
Yeah.
not even worth it.
Damn.
That's where I'm at. Which is fine because it forces you to think about what you're eating
Yeah.
more and not eat cheese fries at 3:00 in the morning.
Which, I mean, they probably have vegan cheese fries.
It's not worth it.
No, it
It's
isn't.
just- I work within the bounds of what I can do. What do we got left? Versus
was
is
we
really
just talking about?
stupid. Jamie Foxx and
Oh, right.
that white woman
Okay,
not being
yeah.
together
Oh, that's
no more.
fine.
And
All
they're
right.
doing their separate things
Bye,
and
you
cool.
guys.
This seems to make more sense than y'all being together anyway, because I was like really confused. But whoever's happy and why ever and whatever. The rest of this is like so.
No real famous people did anything this week. No shade.
So 50 Cent had a party, a tycoon pool party in Jersey. Snoop was there, bitches were there.
Of course.
Probably
Always in
liquor
attendance.
sponsors and weed.
Hoping somebody was there checking IDs.
Who was not there was Wendy Williams, who was kept at the door and not allowed in
What?
due to Kurt's Jackson beef. Yes. Now, I forgot about this, but apparently 50 Cent shared some, I was going to say barbs in the definition of like, you know what I'm saying,
verbal
barbs?
jabs.
But, you know, I didn't want to confuse
Right.
everyone. Yeah, so, you know, he called her a crackhead earlier in the year when she was talking about her whole...
Oh, yes.
abuse
I remember
shit.
that.
That was due to comments that she apparently made on her show about him and... Right. So she showed up at his tycoon pool party and was not permitted inside. And apparently 50 told security specifically not to let her in. And that is... a story now. My thing was just like, well, why did she go? You know,
Exactly.
like-
I was about to ask you that exact same thing.
and I thought to myself, I wouldn't put it past 50 Cent to extend an invitation privately just
no.
to keep her out and embarrass her because he's the king of petty.
I would post the invitation. If I was Wendy, I would be like, "No, you got me fucked up.
That's
I'm some thirsty, stupid bitch.
That's fair.
You know, trying so hard to get into your little raggedy ass party. I was asked, and then you turned around and acted a fucking fool."
She apparently just canceled a whole bunch of live shows that
Damn.
she's been doing.
Mm.
It was one of those
Like the live
tour
talk show?
cancellation
Oh,
things.
okay.
It was like one canceled, 2 shows canceled, and then like, oh, the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think she was doing like a stand-up show. It was like a stand-up comedy show with her and some other actual
Okay.
comedy. Actual comedian.
Yeah. Comedy people, you know.
But yeah, I thought that was petty, and I'm sure 50 Cent got a huge laugh out of it.
Trash.
Of course, he posted video of her outside on his Instagram with a caption that says,
No,
"You
he
can't just show
didn't.
up to my."
Wow.
Of course, he did.
God damn
You
it.
can't just show up to my party if you've been talking about me. Bitch, wait outside. Wendy posted a photo of her outside with Snoop Dogg, who apparently, according to his guest appearance on The Breakfast Club, was just going home and bumped into her.
Didn't know what was going on.
And had no clue what was going on. I love Snoop. He has an album out today as well. Well,
Another
it's out.
gospel one? Or like a...
No, it's like
rap
he's fully in Black Uncle mode.
Oh, okay.
So we're getting like Snoop vibe. It's like Snoop's music now is like fully what I believe my uncle would come playing when niggas are like already playing dominoes, and he just comes in with this music blasting.
Okay, a genre.
Whether
I hear
it is reggae, gospel, R&B, or rap, he's just everybody's uncle.
It's right. It's your uncle's soundtrack. I get it.
Also, who was at 50 Cent's Tycoon party? Let's see how you do with this. YF and Lucci. What do you know? What do you know about YF and
Regine's
Lucci?
boyfriend.
Spot on,
Has
sis.
a bunch of kids.
You are a winner today, bitch.
I know YFN can't be young fuck nigga like I think
Like it ought to be.
What does YFN mean? Do you know?
I forgot. Like, I know that there are all of these abbreviated ass, acronym ass rap names out, and I can't keep up.
Oh, it's YFN.
It's YFN.
Oh.
And then
that's what we said.
I think there's YRN, there's NBA, and
Your Friendly Neighborhood? That can't be it.
If it's Your Friendly Neighborhood Lucci.
Young fly nigga.
I don't know why I didn't know that.
You didn't think people were gonna.
That should have just been obvious.
All right, sure, fine.
So, Young Thug has a new album out called So Much Fun. Apparently, it's been called his debut album, which confuses me. But here we are. He's got this new album out, and on one of the songs, apparently he takes a subliminal shot at the Luch, or the Luchador, if you... I don't know.
No, right. What the fuck is a luchadora?
It's like a wrestler, Mexican wrestler.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you was just, being cute.
I was trying.
Teodora.
What?
I am leant. No? How you spell Teodora?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The word that you just said.
Is that what you heard me say?
Yeah. What was the word?
Luchador?
Luchador. I need to go on.
Hashtag pray for Crystal. So his album, Young Thug's album, So Much Fun is out. On the album, he took some subliminal shots. This is so... I hope I'm calling this the lean episode. The listeners already know because they've seen the title, but I'm letting you know now that I've decided.
Okay. No, because it was like I was really trying to Google what you said, and then he was like, "Bitch, that's not what I said." It's just like, what is this medicine?
Because I said it, and then
me?
He immediately heard something else.
I think I just realized how fucked up I am.
Apparently, Young Thug took some shots at YFN Lucci on his album. He said, "Last nigga tried me, almost got popped in Lennox." To which YFN Lucci responded on Instagram on his IG story, "Boy almost shitted on himself in Lennox, cap ass album." So this led us to a realization that apparently there was some sort of in-person altercation that may or may not have taken place at Atlanta's very famous Lennox Mall.
Yeah, there's always some shit about to happen in Lennox.
I mean, every day.
Right.
Damn it.
So that's nothing new.
Thugger was not at all entertained by the Luch's comments on his supposed cap-ass album. So he responded with an IG story comment of his own that says, at YFN, that's not his Instagram, by the way.
Okay.
At YFN, if ain't like what you do for your mother and I'm assuming this is if I ain't like what you do for your mother and kids, I would have been killed you with 4 laughing emojis. Because murder is laughing.
This is, it seems like, this is a stupid thing to tweet or post on Instagram. This is a really dumb thing to publish to social media. What is wrong with these niggas? How you gonna tell somebody, if you didn't have family who would miss you, then I would take you out?
Not even that, but if I didn't like the fact that you take care of them.
God damn. This is just...
Like if I didn't feel like your mother and kids would be...
destitute without you.
I guess getting less deluxe meals from wherever they eat.
Niggas have got to start letting somebody hold their phones.
I mean,
this is so ridiculous.
Real friend.
You need to get your app in development.
I really need to make this app.
You have to hurry up. They all need it.
YFN Lucci appeared on Atlanta's also very famous V103, the People Station.
Of course.
Where he claimed to have slept with Young Thug's longtime girlfriend, Jerica. And Jerica obviously took to Instagram to defend herself and called Lucci a clout chaser and a liar. I believe her. Obviously, there's a certain kind of passion in being like, you are absolutely
lying on me. Right.
Like specifically lying on my genitals. We're not doing
and
it.
I won't have it.
Here we are in the today of things. So if you ever happen to scroll past a headline that says something about a shootout or a drive-by with Young Thug's name in it or YFN Lucci's name in it. This is some possible backstory. Apparently, within the past week or so, people have shot at YFN Lucci's car twice already. So, everybody's having a great time, learning from what's going on in the world today and respecting human life.
How is any of this I just feel like the reaction to this is so far away from the severity of the original matter that it's just like niggas could also just calm down. This makes me think of that story that happened in the Bronx the other day where niggas was shooting over a parking spot.
I didn't hear anything.
Yes,
about this.
yes, actual. Oh my god, a parking spot. You went and got a gun over a parking spot.
Have I ever talked about the road rage compilations I watch every now and then on here?
Maybe. I don't know if you've talked about it on the show. If you haven't, it's been a while.
Like maybe there has been one episode where I mentioned them.
Yeah.
But there's a YouTube channel and I want to say they're called Fury Road, and I only know that obviously because of the commonalities with my name. Is
right.
Commonalities a word? Who knows? But I watched several road rage compilation videos on there. And some of the shit that I saw, aside from just actual accidents and people being reasonably pissed, I saw some shit that was like, oh, I'm so glad I don't drive.
Yeah, because you never know if you're sharing the road with somebody who will absolutely flip the fuck out and be willing to risk everybody's
just
life.
Hop out and start busting shots.
Cars are not...
Or just fight you.
These are not... cars are not plastic. These are not things that just don't have any real impact in the world. You are driving something that weighs tons. It can do so much damage, and you are being reckless with it. That shit is crazy.
But then there are people who don't even get into accidents who are then really still willing to be killed, whatever, because somebody just did something on the road that pissed them off.
Yeah.
And I used to be a super road rage, but people on the road used to piss me off all the time because can't nobody in Miami drive. Everybody in Miami knows that. But the stuff that I hear about and witness in terms of road rage and driving is crazy as fuck.
I used to have I wouldn't call it road rage, but I would get annoyed with people on the road who were assholes, occasionally, but never anything to the point where I thought of following them home like some of these people do, and for damn sure not shooting or stabbing them because they cut me off, on the fucking road or whatever. Niggas is crazy.
Some of y'all gotta find outlets for their rage. Healthy.
Because the outlet really should not be fucking Instagram. It's just a matter of time before all these screenshots are just evidence. The Shade Room getting a fucking subpoena because of you niggas.
And they're going to give it up. They don't have to identify. Bitch, they don't care. Yes, this is what he tweeted, Your Honor. Any other questions? That's it for the Hot Tops this week. I did the absolute best.
I had fun.
I feel like we talked about maybe 3 or 4 white people and Hazel E of all people this week. So,
all right.
Maybe next time we'll do one of those 20 questions things. You only did that once.
Oh, yeah. And I had fun with that, too.
I did have fun.
Maybe it was the lean, but, even though we talked about mainly flops, I still had a good time.
Great. Well, then let's take a break, and then we'll do some letters. So listen, y'all, textile waste is a huge problem. But buying and selling secondhand clothes provides a very easy solution. Mm-hmm. This is why we love ThredUp, who's sponsoring us today. It's the world's largest online resale store. They make it easy to clean out and then restock your wardrobe affordably. You don't have to worry about digging through racks of clothes that aren't your size or your style or some that you don't even really wear no more or whatever. With ThredUp, you can filter by almost anything. Size, brand, style, color, even condition. It's quick and easy to find what you love from all kinds of top brands. Plus, items are up to 90% off estimated retail. 90%.
I know a lot of y'all getting ready to send your kids back to school or they kids, so they changing sizes every 3 weeks, and the weather's going to be turning here in a couple of months. It's going to be time to start, switching that wardrobe out. And with ThredUp, you can do it at a cheaper price and in a way that is so much better for the environment. And 20% of the rainforest is on fire right fucking now.
And fuck.
We need to be doing everything we can to save the earth. We trying to save humanity, but y'all just refuse. Anyway, please help us out. The earth, by shopping with ThredUp. They are offering y'all up to 50% off your first order when you go to thredup.com/read. That's on top of the already low prices. So hurry up and take advantage. That's THREDUP.com/READ. threadup.com/read. Up to 50% off select items today. Terms do apply. All right, let's move on.
Hey, y'all. So listen, every one of us might need someone to talk to at some time about something that may have us down or frustrated or upset or confused. And that's why Talkspace comes in handy. It's a therapy for how we live today. It's mobile, it's affordable, and it's available whenever you might need it. All you got to do is provide your preferences for therapy, and Talkspace will match you with one of their 5,000 plus therapists the very same day. Then you can send their therapist text, audio, picture, even video messages, unlimited from anywhere at any time. And 1 month of therapy on the Talkspace platform costs about the same amount as a single face-to-face session. And girl, we're here to let you know that's accurate.
So real.
No matter what you're going through, you are not alone, and Talkspace can help you out with whatever it is that you might have going on in your head.
That's right. You can join more than 1 million others who feel happier with Talkspace, including me. I use Talkspace myself and found it incredibly useful. And y'all know how I feel about therapy now. It's just like it ought to be required for all of us. And it should be something we don't even have to worry about getting, like it should be universal. And Talkspace is doing something to help, bring it to more people. You can try it out now. They have more than 5,000 licensed therapists who are experienced in addressing the challenges we all face. So to match with your perfect therapist for a fraction of the price of traditional therapy, go to Talkspace.com and use code READ to get $65 off your first month. That's code READ at Talkspace.com. Take care of yourself. All right, let's get back to the show.
Okay, we're back. And it is now time for your letters.
It is. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. We may just read them aloud on this show. I have to say, we got so many emails about Bossy.
Yeah.
Woo! She fucked y'all up.
Strong reception.
Yes.
For so many great reasons.
Y'all were not ready for that one. I want to thank Bossy again for coming on the show and doing that extended version of the couch.
Points were made.
They were, and I think we got some people to look at things a little bit differently, which is great. And, actually work on like loving yourself as you
Apparently
are.
a lot of people cried.
Yeah. So sorry to make y'all cry, but
I remember there was a point during the conversation where I felt like I could cry, but I don't remember what part it was. So I guess I get it.
I don't think I ever. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's therapy stuff, mental health stuff, trauma and backgrounds and all that. It's like, it's emotional, obviously, in nature. So thanks again to Bossy. Make sure y'all go get her book. All right. We also, oh shit. We have an update from the girl who drove on her birthday to see her daddy and he had a nigga in the house.
God, it's so good.
So first of all, she included in the email that her father has an older door and it doesn't have a peephole. Okay. So he has to open it if he wants to know who's on the other side.
That blows.
So she said, after calling my father multiple times and getting no response, I took your advice and left a voicemail on his phone saying that I was going to come over on Friday after work. I came over and after knocking, he opened the door and let me in. We sat down and after small talk, I explained to him about my sexuality, being pansexual, in case you forgot. And it's okay to be who you are, that I'll always support him and be there for him, etc. My father just stared at me, saying nothing. And then he said that he isn't gay and doesn't like men and that there's nothing wrong with him.
Oh, okay.
I saw in his eyes that he was lying and he knew it too. He completely denied what happened on my 23rd birthday when I surprised him, and he instantly changed the subject when I tried to talk about it further. My father is 54 years old and very stuck in his ways, so it seems as though there's nothing in him that wants to be open with me. I have no choice but to let it go. I appreciate your help. Thanks.
You can, okay. Well, yeah. You've talked.
Yeah.
You have addressed the issue.
Yep.
Not the direction I particularly expected it to go. Not a shocking one.
Right.
Given the world we live in.
Yeah, exactly.
But as long as you know what, you can speak to your daddy and hang out with your daddy and it's all in the past and everything's cool. If that's, the life he wants to live or the narrative that he's sticking with.
Yeah.
Cool. As long as you're right
about the fact that you can't make no grown man, be vulnerable with you.
54?
No, a 54-year-old black man at that? About his sexuality? Girl.
That means that closet is cozy. He's not, he doesn't have a problem with it.
Feels good.
He's got everything he needs seated
right
by him in
and
the
you are
closet.
not invited inside.
Nobody is invited in.
Honestly, I would just take that. I would take that as it is right there, and just, he knows at this point that if he's ever ready, that you're there. And clearly he's not ready to even face that possibility.
This is what's called out in the open. All right.
Yeah.
Well, not even really.
Good job with you, though.
But
good job you did that.
You did what you needed to do. And as like I said, if y'all can speak and it's all good, it's all good.
All right. Somebody else asked about some new black anime called Cannon Busters.
I haven't watched it yet,
Okay.
but I know why that's like a thing people are excited about. It's on my list on Netflix.
Okay.
I got things to catch up on, but it's on my eyes.
She said, I know Crystal probably don't. And you're right, girl. I had never even heard of it. So, amen.
Cowboy Bebop. I mean, it's one of those, it's made by some people who've made some great stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, she said something. Well, never mind.
I've literally like
clicked out of
watched
it
all of their stuff already except this one that's brand new. So I'm going to check it out when I have a chance.
Okay. Cool. All right. Our first question this week comes from September, who says, I am a black gay male living in Los Angeles. Cis gay male living in Los Angeles. Back in January, my partner of 2 years, who is of Asian descent, decided to break up with me so that he can work and focus on himself.
All right.
Before we started dating, he was working a commission-based retail job and not making his sales numbers. He rented out a room at a house that was barely furnished, didn't have a real group of friends, and had a severe undiagnosed mental illness. He battles with anxiety and depression and has always leaned on me to help him through the hard times.
Been here.
I was the one who suggested that he go to a doctor and get things checked out. After his diagnosis, we sat down together and came up with a game plan to help him through this. He was prescribed medication, attended a therapist regularly, joined a gym. I bought him a weighted blanket thanks to y'all's suggestion.
So good.
Books. He has aspirations to work in fashion, so I thought I could help him get out of his rut at work by making him some business cards, a website, digital and physical portfolio, updated his resume, and used my connections to help him land 2 internships and work LA Fashion Week. With this help and boost of confidence, he ended up exceeding his sales goals at work and his life was really turning around. I made it a point to help him out his misery because I loved him and thought he deserved better. Things were really starting to turn around for him and our relationship. While we were together, we never fought besides minor disagreements where we talked things out like mature adults, never cheated, supported each other's dreams, etc. So you can understand my shock that he wanted to end things. From February to... Oh no. So she said... Not she, sorry. He says that for 6 months they were in a situationship where they weren't technically together,
Right.
but they were still 100% acting like a couple. You know how that shit goes.
Oh, yeah.
So September says, after 6 months of this bullshit, I was tired of not making it official and wanted to talk about us again and when we can be serious. He said he isn't ready for a relationship yet. That upset me and I told him he can come to me whenever he is ready. Oh my God. I don't remember. This is just... Oh, man. So basically, this person reached out many times, sent flowers to be sweet, and this boy keeps saying over and over, like, I'm not ready for a relationship. I miss him tremendously, and I have no idea what happened. I started to notice signs of disengagement when he started to go to his therapist on a more frequent basis, and as wild as this sounds, I feel like the therapist might have said something to make him act this way. I feel like she broke us up. He is a very impressionable person, and I think she could have really played a part in us falling apart.
Okay.
Woo! Am I crazy to think that the therapist may have played a part in this breakup? What can I do to get him back? Do you think there's any hope he will wake up and realize what happened? How do I try to salvage this without coming across as a stalker? This breakup is very one-sided and something I do not want. I feel like I should wait for him to come around, but I don't want to look like a fool.
Ciao.
Having no way of communicating or checking in on him is really hard. I love him, and I want us to work. Any advice would be great. Love y'all, September.
My advice is you find somebody to talk to as well.
Yeah, September. So, woof, baby.
There ain't no sense in wallowing over one-sided desire when it comes to, a relationship like that. If he doesn't want to be in a relationship, whether that feeling idea was inspired by his therapist, himself, his cat, his mother.
Yeah.
This is just where you're at.
Right.
I understand. I understand like investing in someone throughout the course of whatever your relationship is, whether it is official boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, girlfriend, whether it's a situationship, a friend with benefitship, whatever. I understand, like, I did this and I was there for this and I paid for this and I was, my shoulder was here for you on this day. I understand all of that.
Right.
But you have to sometimes just look at the cards that are on the table and just take them the way that they're dealt. I get it. I understand being in love and dealing with the unrequited bullshit or just not being able to make sense out of why a relationship ended or had to end or whatever. But it's over. It seems like it needs to be, or it was meant to be. And at this point, you're only harming yourself mentally and emotionally by harping on why that is. It's just over. And you could be spending this time, working yourself, building yourself back up, getting your own shit together if you need to, cutting that hair and getting you a new outfit and going and flirting with some other queens out there in West Hollywood. But
damn. I feel for you because I think most of us have probably been in this situation
so many
before.
People have.
Yeah. But first of all, people are entitled to grow and change and leave us. They're allowed to do that. And to his credit, he was open with you that he didn't want a relationship, didn't think it was the time for y'all to be together. Even after you sent the flowers, he said it was best y'all go your separate ways. Like, this is very much, I think this is more like exposing for me that you have an issue because there's no reason for you to want to cling on so tight to somebody who has told you over and over again that that's not where they want to be. That's not where they are right now. Like, the therapy may have played a part in the breakup, but that doesn't necessarily make therapy a bad thing.
It doesn't even mean that, like, even if the therapist did cause him to arrive to this conclusion that he doesn't need to be with you, it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It doesn't mean that the therapist was like saying, but it's not like, it almost sounds to me as if September has this idea that the therapist was like, you don't need to be in a relationship with him because X, Y, and Z, and don't you see?
That's not how that goes.
The therapist could have completely been like, you know what? You need to work on this and that about you. And you'll never be able to fully be there for somebody if you don't work on this. The therapist could have just enlightened him on all of the work that he needs to do in order to be there the way that he needs to be for anybody. So I think that, especially given that he's going to therapy and has arrived in the place that he is, you just got to accept it because it's more than likely for the best.
Right.
But even if that motherfucker was like, you know what, I was just, I saw the face of Christ in my Cool Whip and it's like he told me that I should be by myself. It doesn't matter if it feels unfair or there's closure or no closure.
Yep.
This is what the situation is. And you're harming yourself. You're doing yourself an injustice by trying to fight it.
Exactly that. Like, you are going to make yourself so miserable trying to chase this man. And then the way you talk about it, like, what can I do to get him back? Do you think he's ever going to wake up and smell the coffee and all this shit?
Right.
Like, baby, this man is not in a place to be with you, period. That's it. And he's let you know that, like, you are going to have to just accept it and let it go. And I know it sucks because you spent, you said y'all been together 2 years and all this, and you invested so much in him. And now that he's doing better, he left you. Like, maybe it is that situation. I just kind of automatically assumed that he went to therapy and realized that this relationship was not where he needed to be.
I feel like, Bossy gathered a lot of this last week as well. Maybe in little sprinkles and portions throughout the episode. But I feel like there is definitely a couple of words in that conversation for this as well.
Yeah. September, I just want you to know that, like, you are worth more than laying down your life and, like, pausing things for some nigga waiting around for some motherfucker to, like, notice you and see how great you are and want to be with you.
Right.
This man has his own shit going on, and that does not include you right now. So you might as well pick yourself back up and dust yourself off and go back going in your own direction.
The end.
Good luck to you.
And leave all of that, well, maybe if, and what about, And I bet if all of that what if, coulda, shoulda, woulda, and kill it. Let that shit be dead.
Please
it is
do.
over. Move on. Forget it. It's all good. You'll be all right.
Woo. Amen. Okay. Next question comes from, I need a fake name for a girl. Laquita.
Of Martin fame.
Laquita says, my boyfriend and I have been dating for 2 years. He treats me well. We rarely argue, and we generally don't have any huge problems. For the last few weeks, I've noticed he's been very emotionally distant. A couple of days ago, I explained what I've been feeling, and he basically told me that he didn't realize he was being distant, but he promised he'd work on it. He didn't, but I chose not to bring it up again. Last night, he sat me down and said that he actually is being distant purposely, and the reason why is because he can't afford to do anything for me for my birthday. He feels bad about it and didn't know how to tell me. Normally, this would not be an issue for me, but I told him months ago what I wanted to do for my birthday, which is an upcoming music festival with all my favorite artists. He has been having financial trouble, so I told him then I would even pay for the whole trip, including flights, the hotel, and everything. But he said he would handle everything and told me not to worry about it. 3 weeks ago, I brought up the trip again and asked if he needed help with anything, and again, he told me no. I'm generally not the biggest birthday person, so I don't care about celebrating. This is just something I wanted to do that happens to be around the time of my birthday. I can no longer go because at this point, the prices of everything have increased and it would be way too expensive. I'm a Virgo and this infuriates me. I plan everything months in advance and I hate doing anything last minute. But besides that, I'm really hurt. I don't understand why he couldn't talk to me about this. This was something I was really looking forward to, and him stalling and being distant cost me the opportunity to get shit done myself. He's very prideful and kind of hot-headed, and I'm very blunt. So I feel like if I say exactly how I feel, we will definitely be breaking up. How can I explain my frustration without escalating the issue? I don't want to deal with a failed birthday trip and a relationship. Please help, Laquita. The subject of this was, is there any way to not break up with him? And
I mean, I would say...
I'm going to say no. There's no way to not break up with him.
I would say, I guess you're running the risk of breaking up. Because you have already stated that you feel like if you even attempt to have this conversation, it will lead to a breakup. Mm-hmm. So there's that. I feel like, you know what? If it leads to a breakup, it leads to a breakup. Yeah. I would rather say how I feel in this situation and risk the possibility of us breaking up than hold resentment towards you and animosity and not say anything and have it basically affect every way we move until we inevitably break up anyway because now we get on each other's nerves. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'd rather just be open as best as I can and as patiently as I assume that I can in my delivery on how I feel to you than to just hold on to it and be pissed. I know I'm going to be pissed. I know that my behavior is going to display that I'm pissed. And that is going to be even more frustrating for both of us. For you, because something's clearly wrong and I won't tell you what it is. And for me, because something's clearly wrong and I really want to cuss you the fuck out and I feel like I can. Right. So I'd rather just be like, look, I understand that you are prideful. I understand that you really wanted to make this happen for me. You probably feel bad. And I totally get that. And I appreciate you for wanting to make the effort. However, please understand my feelings of frustration. Because I told you ages and ages ago that it wouldn't have been a big deal. It was not a problem for me to handle everything. Like, you don't have to do everything. Like, I need to have that conversation. I'm not going to not. And again, 25-year-old pre-flight. I know. A couple of years ago, Fury would have just arms folded, steaming pissed.
Tell him.
I'm not saying a word to you, and bitch, you better figure out why I'm mad. Now, I'm just going to say it to you. And if we break up, well, fuck. Damn it.
I mean, honestly, I think you should break up because this man has made it clear that he prioritizes his pride over your happiness.
Oh, that's deep.
And that is just really, I mean, y'all have been together for 2 years. That's kind of, it's not like, it's like you're so proud that you couldn't just let me do it. It was my birthday trip. And all I'm saying is this is what I want to do. And I will take care of it. Let's just go. And your pride and no, my girl, I'm assuming it's like my girl can't pay for her own birthday trip, blah, blah, blah. Like if you really did all that just for me not to be able to go do the thing I wanted to do on my fucking birthday, dog,
Nigga, you could have bought me a t-shirt when we got there, or
like put your fucking pride aside,
or something like that.
Niggas have got to grow up and be real about it. Grow up and be real about it. The fact that he knew he would be ruining something you really wanted to do for your fucking birthday and did it, let his pride take precedence anyway.
You know, it really is like flagrant. The fact that it came up twice. Like however many months it is that she said prior where she talked about it and he said that he would cover it. And then she said she brought it up again
3 weeks ago. Yes.
And then he was still like, nah. Now I'm legit pissed.
Right. Now I have to fight you.
Because at least 3 weeks ago, you knew what time it was.
Yeah. 3 weeks ago, you knew you was not going to have it in 3 weeks. You knew that.
Like, I don't know what lick you thought you was about to hit within these couple of days, bitch, but I feel like you knew we wasn't going.
Yeah.
3 weeks ago. And 3 weeks ago, we could have gone because I would have handled it the way I planned on handling it from the beginning.
Right.
So, like,
no.
they're like... You hit the nail on the head, I think, in terms of saying that his pride was more important than her happiness. And I feel like a lot of people don't even look at it like that when their pride does get in the way of shit.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, well, I wanted to do X, Y, and Z for you. But you knew that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
So, like, you could have just put that aside. Right. It's not that deep. Bitch, I wasn't finna be at that music festival. Like, I don't even know I'm here with this dirty ass, broke ass nigga.
See, exactly. You weren't doing it for me, because if you were, you would have said, babe, I ain't got it. You should book them tickets for your birthday. You were doing it for you so that if you did manage to pull it off, we could go on this trip and you could feel so big and bad and special and important and proud of yourself for doing it. And
that's
that is
true.
I hate it for you, girl. I'm sorry.
True.
You asked, and I'm going to say there's no way to not break up with him, but you could also try Kid Fury's method and see, you know.
I'm at the very, because I mean, you obviously don't want to break up with this nigga, and it doesn't even sound like you worded this letter like I'm 2 seconds away from breaking up with him. You basically said you think like if you bring it up because you're blunt and he is proud and whatever, that y'all are probably going to break up or there's a chance of it. I'm saying I'd take the chance. Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll be surprised and you will be able to have that discussion. Maybe you will argue and be a little pissed off at each other for a couple of days and then you'll have another conversation. It'll be okay. Or maybe you will actually break up. Yeah. I feel like either way, I'm gonna say something to you because I would much rather have the conversation and let the chips land where they may than just be pissed and treat you like somebody who is pissed at you but not saying anything, because that doesn't work for anybody. I'm still angry, but now I'm angry and you in my face. So like, what? No.
Man, it's just not gonna work out. I feel for you. But
if you break up, bitch, you break up.
That's right, girl. I just, like every time I think about this, I'm like, I could have had it. I could have had it secured and reserved, and you played with me.
The weekend or whatever this festival.
I hate it.
However long it is, it will go by.
Yes.
And you will know that you are not there seeing whoever the fuck it is that you wanted to see. All because this nigga couldn't just choke it on up and deal with the fact that he couldn't pay for it or whatever. Which I want to go out on a limb here and say that most women who like really love the nigga that they're with won't give a fuck anyway.
No. No, because I mean, and let's be real, most people are not out here like making enough money to take two people to no fucking festival. I mean, flight and hotel and food and tickets.
The show. Right.
No. Everybody is out here splitting bills. But like,
we all already about to work till we die.
Exactly. Exactly. So it's like, you didn't even have to do this. It wasn't like you promised to pay the electric bill or something. Like, this is a huge expense. And you could have just been like, yeah, baby, I do not have an extra $2,000 or whatever. So let's do your thing.
Some of y'all take, city girls to heart, and you really would be like, fuck this nigga because he couldn't buy them tickets, and that's your prerogative. But
I mean, you can do that, but like, if you couldn't buy the tickets either, then maybe just be real with yourself.
Here we are. You were trying to be upfront and honest.
Yeah.
And that nigga was just not having it. So if you break up, you break up.
Right.
At the very least, you need to confront him.
Amen. All right. Last question. How many have we done? No, well, we've done a lot. Okay, yeah. Last question is from Tanya. Says, I'm a 25-year-old neonatal intensive care nurse, and I have been suffering with depression and anxiety for pretty much my whole life.
Gotta Google neonatal.
Isn't that the NICU? The NICU? Where it's like the preemies? I think that's the preemie unit.
Relating to newborn children.
But she's in the intensive care.
Got it. I get it now.
Okay. Lately her depression and
Depression and anxiety.
I feel like I was doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. I listened to your episode last week with your guest host, and everything y'all were talking about hit super close to home for me. Like Crystal, I am a people pleaser, and lately my relationships with everyone have been pretty rocky. I'm always saying yes, even when all I want to do is scream no. And I struggle constantly with expressing myself because I always get shut down, especially by my mother and grandmother. They are extremely hard to talk to at times because they get really defensive and are internalizers, where I am a person who likes to feel and express my feelings. The only thing they don't internalize is the way they feel about my size. I'm a bigger girl, and even though I have accomplished a lot, my weight always seems to overshadow anything else that I do. Most times I feel as though I'm not good enough because I'm not smaller. My question is, what is the best way to communicate my feelings to them and people in general without getting shut down and continuing this cycle? Do I just cut them off until they figure out how to better communicate? How do I express myself to others or say no without feeling bad about it? Thanks, guys. Tanya. Well, I can tell you right now with that last one, saying no without feeling bad is just something you're going to have to do. You just have to force yourself to do it that one. The first time is the hardest. Yeah. It really is. And it gets easier every single time after that. Hey, can you go run 900 errands for me tomorrow? No.
I really want to write a book called Year of No, but I don't know the legal.
Like Shonda might, right? Yeah. There might be an issue there, but
there's a power in saying no and being okay with it.
It is but you have to. You kind of just have to spit it out.
It's hard.
Yeah, you have to text it and then put your phone on airplane mode or do not disturb or whatever you need to do. The answer is no. I'm simply not doing it. And this sounds like, especially fucked up because you're getting all of this shit from two people who are extremely close to you. Yeah. So.
Oh, goodness. I get it.
Yeah. So the best way, let's start with the first one. What is the best way for me to communicate my feelings to them without getting shut down and continuing this cycle?
I mean, I don't know how to promise that you won't get shut down.
Right. The way you communicate doesn't necessarily make the difference between whether they're going to have this conversation with you. Mm-hmm. They're probably not, at least the first time, going to be willing to have this conversation with you. They're probably immediately going to be defensive. So I think you just have to worry about saying exactly what it is you want to say and conveying your message clearly and focus on that as opposed to how it will be received. Yeah. Because you already know you're going at it with people who you are their daughter and granddaughter, and still they feel like it's okay to belittle you for the size of your body. So you're going into it with people who are probably not going to think that there's anything wrong with that. They're not, they're going to think that there's nothing wrong with them talking to you like that. And, the fact that you feel like you can't establish boundaries in your life and do whatever it is, you feel like you can't take care of yourself.
I think this is one of those things that kind of just requires a leap off the edge, It's you got to sort of just rip the no Band-Aid off and the boundary Band-Aid or whatever. You just kind of got to jump into it and be fuck whatever the reaction is because I know what it is I'm standing up in. And I think that if you do a little self-evaluation of how you plan on expressing yourself and you have come to the realization or the decision that you aren't being disrespectful, you aren't being nasty, I think that might make it, at least just for me anyway, a little bit easier to deliver what it is that you're going to say. Because, if at the end of the day that you know what's right, you know what's wrong, you know how and when to stand up for yourself, or that at least that's what you're doing. Right. You just kind of got to go with it, my nigga, and just be maybe they're going to respond with, oh, well, that, and that's just the reaction. It is what it is, and it's a sign of different times, cultures, upbringings, etc. But, yeah, you got to just kind of rip the fucking Band-Aid off, and like you said, it's a thing you just do, and I think it gets easier once
it definitely will be easier. I'm about to go to sleep. Yeah. But I think it's so much easier if you don't live with them. You didn't specify if you do or don't. But if you don't live with them, this is a whole lot easier to do. If you do, I don't know what to tell you.
You'll be a brand new you to say some shit. Did I just?
Right. But see, you got this fancy job. And you live, I'm not going to say the state you live in, but it's overall a fairly low cost state. So you might live alone. And if so, that makes it so much easier to be like, no, I will not do X, Y, Z. And no, you will not talk to me such and such way because I can get up and remove myself from this premise. Like, you're not going to do it. You simply not. You're going to learn how to talk to me like you respect me.
A certain age range, and self-sufficiency.
Yeah.
Definitely help, I think, glue together the confidence it takes to express yourself that way. So yeah, if you definitely don't live with these people, you know, taking care of yourself, you've grown. There's just, and I feel like I said this yesterday, there's still moments where I see my mother reacting to something that her mother is saying to her.
Yeah.
My grandmother is still on my mama like, well, why not do it, son? Like, and my
your
mother
grandma
would just
probably
be
did
like,
that to your mama too.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it is.
Right.
And sometimes they just feel like there's a permission for them to judge you or speak to you a certain kind of way or call out certain things about your life or your body or whatever just because they are your parent, guardian, whatever. Before I even moved here, my grandmother was like, don't get fat. Because there's so many ways and opportunities for you to get fat moving. And I'm just like, who cares? You know, like, what if I do? Like, I don't... What?
I feel like me being alive is more important.
And I definitely came up here and was eating that $5 Chinese food for a solid year or two. And gained some weight and went back home and she was just like... I was not fat.
You were not.
But I gained weight. And she and I'm thinking to myself, like, what do you care? Like,
people are probably really picky about weight like that when she was coming up as well. You know, it's like...
Exactly.
If I were you... Tanya, I would picture my mother and grandmother saying this to my child. I like if I had a little 5-year-old or something and them talking to her about her body like that.
Gotta help.
And then when you think about it like that, it's a lot easier to be like, oh no, you're not going to talk about me like that.
Because they will.
Yeah.
Like they will. If you don't have them already. They absolutely will tell your kids something about their weight, hair, skin, whatever.
Right. I mean, this is just the sort of situation where you have to really learn how to advocate for yourself, and that inner child thing might help you do that, because then it's like, so many of us feel like we are not worthy of protection like that. But you deserve that. And if anybody's going to give it to you, it's going to be you. So like, I think if you just picture it as like that same abusive, like shitty bullshit being said to your kids, then I would like, girl.
Many of us have opportunities to break cycles right now in the generation that we're in.
Yeah.
And I think that we need to be taking the opportunity to do that as often as possible. And there's sort of a fear that that many of the people we've grown up around, especially parents and grandparents, are not going to be receptive to the things that we say or the world that we're living in or the way that things are just different than what they know or what they're used to. And honestly, I think so many of your family members, friends, whatever, will surprise you given the chance. We got to just be like, fuck it, bro. And just start calling shit as it is, and not even just stuff relative to us. We got to start saying, that's super transphobic. That's really racist. That's absolutely ignorant of you to say. Because just like you were saying, even when it comes to like size or weight, that's a thing that you got to think about, like the era that your parent or grandparent could have grown up in and what size or weight might have meant then. That's completely might be irrelevant now, given the time that we live in or the type of person that you are or the type of niggas that you are fucking or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right. There's just so many variables involved in this.
A lot of times the I want to say toxic, but I'm going to toxic
Okay.
things that our loved ones can sort of express or put on us are just from experiences that they've had.
Yeah.
And as ugly as it can be and feel, sometimes it's based in this desire from them for you to have the best. So sometimes we had to just be like, girl, like, you don't even know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, you're operating from a place that you don't need to, because it's all good and I'm grown and I got this.
Right. Because the fact that they continuously cut you down to the point where your weight overshadows everything else you do, and you're a fucking neonatal intensive care nurse, like saving little fucking newborn babies' lives.
Like,
girl.
what else? What else do you need to do, girl? Like,
you're a fucking angel, girl. They should be like applauding you and praising you every single fucking day.
No
and instead they cutting you down for like your size, bitch. No, ma'am.
No, sure. Every now and then I was so glad I had some bad cousins, because like sometimes they would my mama and daddy might get a call about a cousin or two that was really into some shit,
right?
And look back at me and be like, well, I guess you ain't. I was at the house,
okay, not doing the rest of that dumb shit.
But yeah.
Yeah, you deserve to speak up to them, and also like if they. I said that already, but it just makes me think that somebody probably cut them down like that too.
Totally.
Like we were saying, like they're just doing what they were shown.
Totally.
So
they're products of their environment like the rest of us.
Yeah, breaking that cycle is difficult, but I think you can do it, Tanya. And everybody else who wrote in with a similar issue. Okay.
Plus, I would rather them be like, even if they don't like what I said, I'd rather establish the boundaries so that you know
what's up.
To leave it alone. And I don't care if it is just fighting to come out. Like, you are just dying to say it, but you know not to. I'll take that.
Yeah.
if nothing else.
You're just not going to talk to me crazy.
Just keep it.
I will get up and walk away. I am not a child.
That's another great.
You have to remind yourself you are actually a full grown adult. Black people, we really have an issue with this sometimes, where we feel like that's all. I'm always your mama. You always my child. Yes, I am your offspring, but I am an adult person. I am an adult human being capable of producing my own offspring.
Like, you may still say children.
Right.
You know, by definition.
Yeah.
I am not a child.
Exactly. There's a distinction. It's an important one, because I'm 36 years old.
Yeah. So,
not a child by any stretch of the imagination. Yep. Okay, so I just need you to understand. I'm a grown woman, and you're not going to talk to me crazy simply because we're related. I will get up and walk away from you.
Yeah.
Great talk. Thanks so much.
Because I mean, Thanksgiving is around the corner, so this is for a lot of y'all.
Yeah, it's about to start up. You don't have to take their bullshit. I know it's scary. I know it's hard, but you do not have to take their bullshit.
You don't need to go play no. Shut up.
You don't need
and
to
mind
yap
your
business. Fucking gums either, bitch. But here we are having a conversation anyway. That didn't have to happen.
You don't need to be up
you didn't have
underneath
to speak.
my aluminum foil. But here we are. Here we are now.
You didn't have to take Uncle Ray back after he cheated on you the 4th time, but you did.
But look at us.
I'm not bringing none of that up.
All doing things
how
we
is that
didn't
my
need to.
business?
Look at that.
Yes.
They'll leave you alone.
Check them just one good time.
They will leave you alone. I'm here to tell you.
Woo! All right. That wraps up the questions this week. Send yours to asktheread@gmail.com. We'll be right back.
So I don't know how many of you would actually buy a t-shirt for $50 if you knew that it only cost $7 to make. Probably not many of you.
Right.
With Everlane, you never have to overpay for quality clothes. Everlane only makes premium essentials using the finest materials without traditional markups. They want you to know what you're paying for and why. So they tell you their real costs and are radically transparent about every step in the process. From the materials that they use to the ethical factories that they work with, Everlane's clothes look better, cost less, and last longer. Because Everlane sells directly to you, their prices are 30 to 50% lower than traditional retailers. Essentials like their cotton crew t-shirt are exactly what they should be. They're simple, they're stylish, and they're made from quality materials. Simple stuff for simple gals.
That's right. Because, sometimes you're not trying to do a whole lot. You just need good classic pieces in your wardrobe that it can go anywhere, that sort of thing. I'm actually wearing my Everlane dress right now. And what I love about it is, the difference between something that is made well and something that is not.
Yeah.
When it comes out the washing machine, the condition that it's in, this dress just holds up no matter what. It's just the difference is there, and I appreciate it because it's also not like crazy expensive, asking for thousands of dollars. I'm not Oprah. I cannot do that. So thank you, Everlane, for providing this for the rest of us. You can check out our personalized collections at everlane.com/theread, and you'll get free shipping on your first order. All you got to do is go to everlane.com/THEREAD. Let them know if you're in Crystal sent you. Let's move on.
So the weekend is almost upon us, as it usually is when this show comes out. And maybe some of you, like myself, are planning to do nothing but sit around in your drawers and just be fat and catch up on some TV or maybe some other electronics or read a good book or write or draw or text somebody that you hate. And while you're doing that, you will likely get hungry at some point. Maybe you don't want to go and have no leftovers in your fridge or put something in a microwave for 2 minutes. All you got to do is contact DoorDash because they can bring you restaurant quality food right into your living room. Super easy. No dress codes needed. DoorDash connects you to your favorite restaurants in the city. Ordering is super easy. You just use the DoorDash app and choose what you want to eat, and a Dasher will bring it directly to you anywhere you are. Not only is your favorite pizza joint already on DoorDash, but there are over 340,000 restaurants in 3,300 cities, so you might find a new favorite as well with door-to-door delivery in all 50 states and Canada. Order from your local go-tos or choose from your favorite national restaurants like Chipotle, Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, Cheesecake Factory, whatever. Don't worry about dinner. Let dinner come to you with DoorDash. Maybe you can find a chicken sandwich that meets your standards. Right now, our listeners can get $5 off their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter promo code THEREAD. That's $5 off of your first order when you download the DoorDash app from the App Store and enter the promo code THEREAD. That's, again, promo code THEREAD, $5 off your first order from DoorDash. Get something yummy for your tummy, and let's finish the show. Okay, so it's time for the read.
It is.
Finally. So I have two and a possible.
Okay.
First two should be quick. The possible would be longer.
I can barely even.
How this happens.
I can barely even sit up. So
yeah. Okay.
I can't wait.
Number one, about this fire in the rainforest. Wow, you guys suck. So, first, I'd like to address so many of you have been doing your usual boring nigga routine and telling everybody who has been posting about this fire in the rainforest today that they're only posting about it now because a celebrity did, or because the Shade Room did, or because something the fuck else. Like, are you fucking dumb? How many times do we have to do this fucking shit, bitch? The point that so many people, celebrity and non, were trying to make today is the fact that that motherfucker has been in flames for 3 weeks, apparently, and many, if not most of us, are just finding out today. Meanwhile, motherfuckers were throwing water on the Notre Dame, on that church or whatever the fuck, as it was happening.
Yep.
I mean, people were mailing water out to trying to put
right.
So,
and I saw earlier that they're being said deliberately.
What?
Yeah, like people are, some developers or whatever, trying to get that, burn down that land so that it can be zoned or whatever for development.
I want to believe that that's
what they said. That's what the local lady said in that news clip I saw. So it wouldn't surprise me at all. But that is 20% like that is such a huge. But yes, girl, don't you want more people to know? Are you mad that they just now found out?
What is the I want to know. What is the satisfaction that you have to get out of being the person that says, oh, well, here's my feelings about the timing of you sharing this.
Let's just be glad people know. And maybe we can do something about it.
The gravity of the situation?
No.
People just want motherfuckers to know. I myself just found out about this today.
Me too.
You want to know why? Because people were not talking, but the media was not posting information about this the way that they fucking should have, which is the other side of this that I would be reading, which is why the fuck?
Yeah.
How could the Amazon be on fire for 3 weeks and we find out
this
about
big
it
ass
today?
rainforest, like this huge ass fucking rainforest, girl? How is it? Because like you said, when the Notre Dame went up in flames, we knew about it about 45 seconds later.
How the fuck are we sitting up here talking
I don't know.
about
I do not know.
chicken sandwiches and Kamala Harris eating pork chops and whatever the fuck else?
I mean, I do love the chicken sandwich conversation. I do.
I mean, well, chicken sandwich is always an important conversation. I'm just saying, how is it that something like that is even happening and we don't know about it. And I honestly feel like even today, the reception I've seen has been piss poor.
You mean about the whole story?
Yeah, like I don't think I think that the planet is literally going to have to be engulfed in flames, like the whole ball.
Yep.
Before people are like, oh, we should have gave a fuck.
So y'all meant that
about this whole climate thing.
But no, you really hated the gays and the Mexicans, so we just couldn't do that. Yeah. Y'all are gonna sacrifice yourselves so that the rest of us can't live. That's just really wild.
I was trying to decide who frustrated me more in that situation. The media for not saying anything, or you dumbass niggas for being like, well, y'all didn't say nothing when the shit caught on fire the first day. Bitch, because we didn't know, bitch. Like, where are you? Are you lost? Sit down.
Man, if that ain't the nature of the fucking internet.
Okay, so I'm actually just going to go to this last one because this letter is actually kind of long. And passing my read. Okay. Actually. Pass the read like we used to. So, interestingly, I'm going to read it, but I have feelings about it as well. Okay. So, all right. I will read your read, man, and then I might have a read for you as well. But the email itself says, Revenge of the Real Hot Girl Nerds. Hey, Crystal and Kid Fury. I would like to kindly dedicate this read to any and all self-proclaimed nerds, geeks, gamers, weeaboos, and etc. who have taken it upon themselves to declare who is a real fan of something and who ain't. First of all, fuck y'all. I almost always hear this dumbass sentiment expressed towards women. But this hardy American grown 199% organic fuck you is equal opportunity. So, one of you unwashed, unkempt, miserable fucks tried to come for Megan Thee Stallion for saying that she enjoys anime. Now, I don't need to clap back for you on Hot Girl Meg's behalf. She handled the fuck out of you on Twitter herself. But what really boiled my blood is that you made it about her looks. To paraphrase, you tried to claim that the good shit Meg couldn't really be a fan because she's a brick fucking house. They go on to say, Mr. Dumblefuck, who posted that? I'm sure this never occurred to you, but let me just tell you here and now that by tweeting like this, you're telling the whole internet just how bitter and pathetic you are over being curved by all the anime-loving hotties of this world. Furthermore, somebody's physical appearance has no bearing on their interests. Didn't Lil Nas X just spend all fucking summer proving that exact point to Nashville, Billboard, and the rest of y'all? Did One Sweet Day lose its crown in vain? I'm sure you don't like getting dragged for filth, and yet you fired off those characters reckless as fuck, so you must. A pox upon you and your ilk. I cannot stand the line you real nerds and geeks try to draw in the sand over this shit. Just because you were ridiculed in high school for playing D&D, which is Dungeons and Dragons.
I know that one. I mean, I never played it, but I know what that means.
Doesn't mean the rest of us were. Unlike you, me, and all my hot-ass nerd friends went to parties, got laid, and still made time for Counter-Strike LAN parties. And do you know why? Because here's the secret. You aren't getting curved because you like geeky shit. Geek shit is popular culture. Miyazaki movies have won Oscars. Harry Potter has his own theme park. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is the biggest thing since Henry fucking Ford invented the automobile. You're getting curved because you, Mr. Dumblefuck, are trash. Trash that probably has fuzzy teeth, a receding hairline, lava rocks for heels, and a rancid opinion on women.
Help me, Lord.
I reckon the reason you busted your Twitter fingers out over this dumb shit is because you can't stand to see an intelligent, creative, driven, and yes, gorgeous young black woman out here talking about Sailor Moon and getting love for it. The casual way you fired off this misogyny, trying to use her looks as a way to devalue her interests, is indicative of the type of man you aren't, a decent one. Lastly, are y'all out here really arguing that girls that look that bad can't like anime or manga? You really think Japan has not one bad bitch over there who lives for anime, an art form the Japanese fucking created? You love to fetishize the fuck out of Asian women in part because they look like your fantasy anime wifey, yet those same women actually loving anime and manga is impossible. You disgust me, uncultured swine. Sit the fucks down somewhere and worry about you. Find a fucking therapist who can help you sort out your irrational jealousy of successful women. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. I've never heard that before. Nerd culture is
No,
pop
it's
culture,
true.
and if you weren't such a dummy bitch, you could be out here with a hottie on your arm, going to Comic-Con and Netflix and Neon Genesis Evangelista-ing your little heart out. But I guess you want to play yourself instead. Leave Megan Thee Stallion, anime, and the rest of us fake nerds out of your mouth. Love a fake nerd, but a real hottie. Then she mentioned something about her dad being country as fuck and loving Tolkien and trivia games and some shit.
Okay, I know I'm fucked up, but so much of that I didn't understand.
Right. So basically what this person is saying is that it is unfair for nerds to say that just because someone is physically attractive or cool or successful or popular doesn't mean that they can't be into nerdy shit or have nerdy interests or whatever, which is obvious. My thing to this is I understand where you're coming from. However, nerd shit is not popular culture. And I think that that is part of the reason why so many hostile ass nerds like this, whoever it is that you're talking about, behave the way that they do. Harry Potter and the MCU and all of the other fantasy shit that has become super popular in the day that we're living now and shit may not have been as popular. Maybe you would have been a complete nerd for liking something like Game of Thrones or Iron Man or watching X-Men in the 90s or 80s, 50s, 60s, whatever the fuck time. But there are still a lot of nerd shit, even in anime. I could probably name 4, 5, 10 anime shows, like 10 different manga that Megan Thee Stallion probably ain't never heard in her fucking life. There are levels to all of it, just like there are levels to being a hardcore hip hop fan or a sneaker fiend or whatever the fuck. So a lot of people, and I'm sure I've said before that nerds are sometimes some of the most hostile, negative, misogynistic, really intolerant motherfuckers out. And I think a big part of that is due to feeling like you are less than, or people making you feel like you are less than.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought I made them go get me some water and I had this whole bottle. Sorry.
Because of your interests, or feeling like you are different, your interests are different, or whatever the fuck. Right. So I know that a lot of people are assholes because of that, but I think that at the very same time, all that I think I was trying to make from this is that it's really unfair to judge a book by the cover from any perspective as far as this nerd shit is concerned. Because there are so many different rooms and hallways and doors and basements and dungeons in the house of nerdiness that it reminds me of the time that like somebody asked Michael B. Jordan on Twitter what anime he likes, because I guess he talks about liking anime, and he named like Naruto, Dragon Ball, and like different anime that people who've never watched anime in their life would probably have heard of just because of how popular it is. And people tried to come for him for naming those as if he wasn't a real anime fan because he named shit that's super popular. And he was like, well, I just named the ones that people would have probably recognized versus shit that many of y'all probably have never heard of before. But I'm like, even if he only named Naruto and Dragon Ball, that's still anime. Like he could still be an anime fan for liking those. So I understand where the person who sent this letter in is coming from, but I think it's also unfair to be like, oh, well, you could have a hottie on your arm if you weren't, you know, mad at people liking whatever, or judging people for liking whatever, because it's not necessarily true. There are still people who might consider themselves nerds because they've seen every fucking MCU movie, or they read the X-Men comics and shit like that are still incredibly shallow and will still judge other people who consider themselves nerds because of the way that they look or the type of comics or whatever they may be interested in. Maybe they don't play World of Warcraft, but they write fan fiction about it, or other, like there's so many things that are nerdy that I don't think that it is fair. The same way I don't think it's fair for you to judge somebody like a Megan Thee Stallion or a Michael B. Jordan for being fine and liking nerdy shit. I think it's unfair for you to be like, well, you could totally have a bad bitch that looks like Megan Thee Stallion on your arm if you just were nicer, I guess, because that's not accurate as well. I felt like a lot of this letter was very assuming and very judgmental in the same way that I feel like it was trying to combat. So I just wanted to say that at the end of the day, people should be allowed to express whatever their interests in without people being dickheads about it because they don't understand it or don't believe that you could be interested in that. Just let people get their lives and whatever the fuck it is. As long as you're not hurting anybody, you're not disrespecting anybody, and it's totally possible to do that regardless of whether you're into Dota or Fortnite, or if you're into fucking Dungeons and Dragons or Call of Duty. Like, I don't know. Whatever your thing is, you can just be kind.
Yeah, okay. There you go. That's really it.
I was talking to this microphone that entire time.
You know I don't know shit about what you're talking about.
All right, so that's it for me.
A good 80% of the words you use, you know I don't know about that. But like, I think, first of all, this is important conversation because nerds have this battle all the time, and I just look at it. I obviously don't jump in it because who are me? But I don't know. This is just...
It's just a thing where I think that a lot of people, it's almost like hipster shit where motherfuckers who have just... It's almost like they've sewn themselves into this identity of a misunderstood person due to whatever experiences they may have had growing up, in school, whatever their environment. So they just stick to that and feel like, oh, well, you guys don't even really understand Iron Man anyway, because I've read all of it and I have a signed copy from Stan Lee, and I did like this overwhelming desire to be like, I am king of nerds and I know every extent of nerdiness and you other bitches could never. Like, nerds do that to other nerds. And like I've said, I feel like it's just from my own personal observation, I feel like a lot of that is due to this strong desire to feel like you have value. And that's something that literally loads of people do in negative ways.
Right.
Lots of people do it, by eating a spoon of dry cinnamon powder or whatever for the internet, or Tide Pods or whatever dumb shit, trying to get somebody to just recognize that they are alive and do things and feel things. Some nerds do that by being like, oh, well, I know they're making a show called The Witcher on the Netflix and all of that, but I've read all of the Witcher books and played all of the games, and I've actually studied it's just, I feel like that is what this person was writing about, like people like that.
Right.
But I feel like you also didn't realize that you have some of the same energy in the way that you were expressing yourself in this letter. That's all I was trying to say. My read is done. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, amen. I absolutely see where you're coming from. It's kind of like people, like, well, what I got out of that is this is probably people who don't really have any real power anywhere else, so they have to do anything, take any sort of superiority that they can over somebody else. So it just becomes like, oh, you're not a real, geek or whatever, like we are, because we are this, like you're lording it over them or whatever. So it's very interesting that came up, because that is exactly what my read is about this week. People who feel so small. Like, I'm just assuming that you have to feel so super small in your life, because otherwise you would never treat other human beings like this. So people who fly in first class.
Oh, God.
I really don't understand the uppity ass nature of flying in first class on a domestic U.S. airline. I don't. Because girl, all that you have in first class is wider seats and free alcohol. That is it. It is the same filthy air being circulated on that plane. It is the same nasty ass lavatory up at the front. Like, the turbulence is the same. You're not any better than anybody else because you're in seats that are closer to the front of the plane. But people don't seem to know how to act. So I don't know if you probably didn't see this earlier. I saw it on Twitter that some lady has been traveling on United Airlines first class. And she has been documenting her flight all day long because it has been fucking miserable for her. And some of her concerns include the fact that people from coach are coming up into first class and using their bathroom. The stewardess, the flight attendant didn't put that little $5 curtain down. So now she has to, when she turns around, the poor ass people in coach can see her and she can see them. Like, this bitch is like, I'm sorry, I don't want to say bitch. Well,
who cares?
Right. You're right. She's sitting up here like obviously you didn't see her timeline, but she's just like going in all day long about like all this stuff that she hates so much about this flight. And it's like, sis, first of all, on domestic flights, people in coach can absolutely use the lavatory that is located in first class. It is not a first class exclusive lavatory. And it is a nasty lavatory on top of that. It's not like, again, you didn't pay for something big and squeaky clean and special and private. It is a bathroom on a fucking plane. And so for you to be like, I just can't believe that they would let somebody from coach come up here and use our bathroom. It's just like, sis. So everybody around you run you, huh? Everybody run you. You don't never get to have a voice nowhere. You don't never get to feel big and bad and bold. Like, I don't know who did this to you, but for you to be all uppity and stank and territorial around something that's not even yours, it's not your airline, it's not your plane. Like, you're acting like you really own this thing and that you're too good. Like, you are so good that other people should not be allowed to have access to it. And it's just not that serious. Like, I feel like you must not fly very often because there's just no way in the world that you think it really makes sense to act all superior because you're in seat like 2B and somebody in 6A decided to get up and come use the toilet that was close to you. Like, this is just some stupid ass bitch shit. Yeah. And it's the sort of thing you see only from people who think that because they spent more money on their ticket, they're better than everybody else on the plane. And I saw it again firsthand when I was in Chicago over the weekend. I surprised Jade at her event. And on the way back, I'm flying out of O'Hare. And of course, there's bad weather because it's Chicago, Illinois. And it's always some crazy fucking weather. Like, I Googled it and Chicago has the third most weather-related delays in the country. So, of course, our flight was delayed. It's fucking pouring rain, like tsunami outside. It's awful storms. Lightning is cracking across the sky every 10 minutes. So it's like, obviously, we're not going nowhere. Please tell me why some asshole who, once we boarded the plane, ended up being in like the row behind me, went up to the little desk where the flight attendant is twice and yelled at that woman because they had not boarded the plane yet. And he had some meeting to get to in New York and blah, blah, blah. And each time the woman was like, sir, I understand you're frustrated and we'll board the plane as soon as possible. However, right now we're in a ground stop, which means no planes are taking off because if you will look outside, there's a big ass storm going on. I don't understand how y'all cuss out flight attendants or people who work at these businesses or whatever like she had any control at all over the fucking weather.
Oh, let me just go ahead and call my good sis Aurora Monroe. Just have her clear up the weather for you. No problem. Didn't know you had someplace to be.
Do you think Diane in the purple vest and the purple skirt got up this morning and said, I hope I fuck Walter's whole day up. I hope that I can summon the clouds and the rain and the thunder and the lightning so that this man cannot get to whatever bullshit meeting he has in New York City on Friday afternoon, whenever it was I left. It don't matter. Like, I really don't understand how y'all talk to people like that. I don't understand the entitlement. What I do know is that when society crumbles and your money means nothing and you're the first to die because you have no skills, I won't feel bad for you. Like, this is just awful. This is just awful people who take out their own insecurities on somebody who did nothing to them and try to make themselves feel big by putting other people in like a down place, making other people smaller than you. And it's just trash. And y'all just suck. And that's it.
All right.
I'm done. My voice is very dry. My throat is dry. I mean.
Have you seen the trailer for Bombshell?
No, what's that?
This movie about like the some of the sexual harassment incidents at Fox News with what's that man's name? Roger.
Isn't this still happening?
Anyway, I just mentioned it because I saw the TV trailer today. Margot Robbie is in it. Megan Kelly is not in it. Charlize Theron is in it playing Megan Kelly.
Oh.
I think that they put like prosthetics or makeup on her because she doesn't look anything like herself and she looks exactly like Megan Kelly. I mean, she looks
holy shit.
Exactly.
Now
like
now I see why you thought Megan Kelly was in the movie. God damn. Oh, give this makeup artist an award.
I had no idea it was Charlize Theron until it came up on the screen. Academy Award winner Charlize Theron. I was like, where? And they went to her face.
Who is the makeup artist? Who? Tell me.
She looks. It's crazy how much this bitch looks like her. Anyway, the teaser trailer that came out today was.
What a fucking mess.
Effective. I would like to see it. Anyway, I guess we're done.
That's not surgery, right? Is that surgery?
No, but that's why I gagged at first. I was like, Charlize Theron did not do nothing to her face. Why does she look like that? But I'm pretty sure they might have done like some makeup and prosthetics to her face to make her look more like Megyn Kelly. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, had to have.
But she looks just like her and nothing like herself.
I ended up I was sitting here watching the fucking trailer, and that blows my mind. I kind of hate when they make movies about events that happened 2 years ago, but
right?
I'm impressed with that makeup. That is, woo, come on, prosthetics team.
I was like, no, because Charlize Theron is one of like my top 3 fine white women. So when I saw her face, I was like, please tell me they peeled this shit off when it was a wrap. Because
she got to post a bare-faced selfie on Instagram, like, still here, guys.
Yeah, I got to find her
calm your nanny
current face, because that was not okay. Anyway, guys, the show's over.
Yes, that wraps up this week's episode of The Read. Social media is at This Is The Read. Our website is thisistheread.com. Don't forget to check out ThredUp. They are not your typical thrift store. You can shop all your favorite brands for up to 90% off estimated retail price right from home. Just go to thredup.com/read and you can get up to 50% off your first order. That's thredup.com/read for up to 50% off select items. Terms apply. Do we have any news this week?
I heard, for those of you who are listening to this show internationally, that when our show is out on Fuse later this year, you will be able to locate it on Amazon Prime.
Oh, yeah.
However, it is a possibility, or it is likely, that the episodes will be delayed by a week for those outside of the States. This is what I heard from the higher ups anyway. But I felt you deserved an answer to that question, those of you who asked.
Yes.
So there you go.
Thank you to everybody who is so excited about it. You know, we're working on it and it's happening. We're really doing this shit. Yep. Oh, man. I feel so out of my body today. I can't. I need to go. I need to get in the bed.
Now you know what Lil Wayne feels like.
I mean, I really don't understand how you stay on it all fucking day. How do you do this all day?
Maybe get used to it. Some people probably feel that way about weed.
Oh, well, I really don't think I can. Anyway, it don't matter. Do we have anything else? What?
No, that's pretty much it for this week.
Why can't I end this show?
Thanks so much for listening, and we'll be back next week with more.
Oh, bye, y'all.
Maybe not. Who knows anyway? God only knows. I mean, who cares?
Bye, y'all.